warna hiang siya sualirnya. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This reading is for the full pink moon in Libra taking place for all of us on April 12th, 2025. You don't have to have Libra anywhere in your astrological chart to be able to watch this reading. What I do is get an energetic checkup and look to see what is happening for all of us collectively around full moon and new moon times. Full moon time is often a time where we do release work, we make changes, let things go, switch things up where we need to in order to clear the slate, right? Clean the slate, clear the way to make room and space for new things that we intend to welcome in or set our intention for at new moon time. So it's always curious to me to see what it is we might be letting go, changing, or switching up at full moon, what it is we might be releasing, and then what it is we also might be welcoming in at new moon time as well. So that's why I do these readings for everybody. So let's go ahead and get started. I usually start with an oracle system to get a look at what the main energy and or theme is of the particular new moon or full moon. In this case, we are looking at the main theme or energy, main energy or theme of this full pink moon in Libra, April 12th, 2025. So let's see, what is the main energy or theme of this full moon? And then I also have the Healing with the Angels. This is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Let's see, full moon in Libra, April 12th, 2025. Let's see if we can get 2 cards. And if I need more cards, I always will pull off to the side, and then I also follow up with tarot. But let's take a look. Oh, wow, divine timing. So something is coming in for you at a specific time, right when it's meant to. No sooner, no later, but right on time is the feeling. And it feels like the universe is delivering this at, I don't know why I just heard this, but it feels like the 11th hour. I don't know if you can see the hand on that clock. It's not quite striking 12. Isn't that interesting? So it feels like, you know what it feels like? More than divine timing, it feels like divine intervention, okay? Coming in at the 11th hour, at the last minute. That clock literally, and you know what's funny? I've never noticed this before. I've gotten this card before, but I've never noticed the minute hand before. And it literally looks like it's at 11:59 on the clock. So I'm getting the vibe of last minute, the 11th hour. Yeah, something is coming in for you. I'm also hearing touching a chord, or it's hitting the mark. There's also a quill in this. There's a quill in the card, and it's giving me the vibe of like written communication, a letter, maybe a phone call, email, text, some form of communication. Could also be a download. You could receive a letter, receive a message, and it feels like this information, this knowledge, this message or piece of communication could come in at the 11th hour, or what feels like the 11th hour, or at the last minute. And that's my little dog barking. Maybe that's confirmation, right? He is communicating, right? Yeah, this is interesting. We also have dragonflies on the card, which are symbolic of change. So yeah, something is coming in at the last minute, and it also feels like right when you needed it the most, damn it. Right when you freaking needed it the most, it was coming in to save the day, to bring a solution to a problem. And why? You know what the feeling is? So that way you can, I'm hearing transcend, hop over, make the jump, okay? To the next, to the next timeline. To the next chapter. Because it feels like the clock striking 12. It feels like and I'm channeling right now, okay, by the way. It feels like the clock striking 12. It's giving me Cinderella vibes, okay? It's like the fairy godmother coming in at the 11th hour to save the day so Cinderella can go to the ball. So Cinderella can make her wish come true. And there's a small window of time where you're going to have to seize the moment, seize the day, and make it happen for yourself. But the feeling is here, once that train is in motion, once you act upon the knowing, the information, or you take the leap in that moment, there's no going back. It just sets everything into motion. It's like if Cinderella hadn't taken the chance or taken the risk at the 11th hour, at the last minute, only a few hours before the ball, if she had gotten scared and not have followed through with the opportunity that the fairy godmother was giving her, she would have never gotten to the ball at all. She would have never met the prince. And even though everything disappeared at midnight, just the fact that she went to the ball literally got the ball rolling, right, in the direction of having her wish come true. So the fact that she took fairy godmother up on it at the last minute and said, hell yeah, let's do this, put the fear aside, and went and did it, it's what shifted the timeline. It's what quantum leaped or jumped her into a future where the prince would eventually come and find her, okay? Because what you're seeking is also seeking you. This is what this reading is giving me. What you're seeking is also seeking you, but you acting upon the impulse and taking spirit up on the invitation is what sets the ball into motion. It's what starts the chain of events unfolding for this to happen for you, to come through for you. And it's like once you do that, it's already set into motion and there's no going backwards. There's no undoing it either. It just puts everything into place. It's like you taking that one step in the direction of that one thing puts every piece on the puzzle perfectly into place to allow for everything else to unfold the way that it needs to for your greatest good on your highest timeline for the outcome that you've always wished for. Okay. There's two different ways that I channel. This is one way, where I'm still in my own speaking voice, right? The voice that you're familiar with, my human voice. Then there's another way that I channel when I go deep, deep, deep into trance where I don't sound like myself. So just so you're aware, okay? I don't know if I'll ever get to a point where I'll be able to share that kind of channeling with you. Maybe I will. Just putting it out there, okay? Sometimes I get to the cards and I'm like, I don't even need them, you know? And then I'm here, okay, what ends up happening is I flip over cards and it just confirms everything I already said. Which is great too, because that shows that I'm in alignment. So a last minute help, solution, knowing, information, download, insight, clarity, written communication, verbal communication, message from spirit. What it does, it sets you into motion, into divine inspired action. And it's that one inspired action that you take that just quantum leaps you, sets the ball rolling into a different direction, in the direction that you're meant to go in a way that is in harmonious alignment to you, where once it happens, everything just falls into place. And it could be that you feel that right now you're at the 11th hour. Just like the clock strikes 12, midnight, it is the closing out of an old cycle, or it's the closing out of the day before and brings you into a new one. So it's kind of like you're at the pivotal moment or the brink of closing out an old version of you, an old cycle, which catapults you into the new one, into a new day, a new dawn. Do you see? This minute hand is saying that something is closing out at the 11th hour, at the stroke of midnight, in a very serendipitous, unexpected way is definitely what I'm getting from this. Something that you don't see coming in any way, shape, or form. I don't think you could even prepare for this, okay? But it's pivotal and it's going to fucking change everything. Excuse my language, but it's coming out strong. Like, this feels strong, okay? It's going to change everything. Life as you know is not going to be the same. But the feeling is here. You're ready for this, whether you realize it or not. Wow, you're ready for this. And this is no freaking coincidence. The timing of this coming in the way it's coming in is not a coincidence. This is beautifully orchestrated in such a magical way. And yes, you have a hand in it. You absolutely have a hand in what is happening for you. You play a co-creative role, absolutely, significantly so. This is you in motion. This is you absolutely in motion. Your higher self and you co-creating in a beautiful symphony, okay? You're in a symbiotic, co-creative place right now. And the beauty of this is that hindsight, when you take the action or the inspired action and the leap upon receiving this insight, clarity, knowing, knowledge, download, whatever, in whatever form it comes, the beauty of it is that hindsight is going to show you, right? The thing is, the feeling is the evidence of what is resulting from this leap isn't going to show itself immediately. But it's setting it into motion. And then the result comes shortly after. And in that moment of receiving the result of what your action led to, that moment is so beautifully synchronistic in such a powerful, potent way. The hindsight that you receive in that moment is going to be absolutely mind-blowing and magical. And you may not realize how ready you are for this, but you absolutely positively are. Again, the symbiosis between you and your higher self in co-creative flow is what is allowing for this. So yes, you're absolutely ready. And the feeling is you can't make this up. Okay? It is so fantastically, magically orchestrated for you. The feeling is you're, I'm getting, if you didn't take the photo, did it happen? Right? It's to the point of, so magical to the point that you could try to retell the story, but it almost comes off as fiction, but it's not. So something magical is unfolding for you at the 11th hour, and this solution is exactly what you've been needing and waiting for. It might appear from the outside in as a stroke of good luck, but it's so much more than that. It's also so much bigger than that. This is a feeling of destiny unfolding exactly at the precise moment that it was meant to. And you can't stop it once it's in motion. Okay? And the feeling also is here. It is very clear and obvious. This message, this insight, this download, this clarity, this stroke of genius, whatever, in whatever form it comes, right? It's so obvious what it's leading you to. And you're not going to be able to ignore it once you receive it. Once you know it, once you see it. It's like, that's it. Click. Something clicks into place for you, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And then it gets the ball rolling. The magic starts to unfold, and it does feel like it happens quickly. Like I said, it's not going to show you evidence immediately, but it will. It will. The feeling is here just literally in a matter of days, okay? Upon receiving this at the 11th hour, within days, it's going to get the ball rolling in a way that you can tangibly, evidently see, okay? The first few days, you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, you're kind of walking in the liminal space. And the evidence of it doesn't quite materialize or manifest or mirror back to you in a physical, earthly way in those first few days after taking the sleep or acting upon the inspiration. Do you see what I'm saying? But it will. Just give it a few days. Just like it didn't take nothing but a few days before the prince eventually found his way to Cinderella's home, right? He had to get all his people in order and all his ducks in a row to hunt her down, right? Took a little bit to form that search party, to look all throughout the countryside to find his girl. You see? And I'm just using that as an example. And eventually, within a couple days, he knocked on her door. Do you see? And the beautiful thing about it is that he didn't stop. He did not stop until he found what he was searching for. Likewise, the other half of the equation for you, the universe is not going to stop until it gets whatever this is fully in place and delivered to you, or until it sets everything in motion for you to move, to go, to do. You see? Once it gets the ball rolling, there's no stopping the ball from rolling until it happens. And you find yourself there where it's happening. So I don't know what this is for some of you. I don't know if this is a manifestation, if this is just a miracle that you need, a breakthrough, a solution to a problem that you're experiencing right now. But this is going to shift your reality. It is going to timeline jump you. It is going to quantum leap you into the next chapter of your journey. And it's going to feel like a last-minute miracle for a lot of you. But it is feeling like it's bringing alignment and balance to something that it feels like an energy that maybe you've been sitting in for some time, patiently, persistently, going through the motions and being, very resilient about it. But it's time. It's time. It's time to get out of that. It's so overdue. Okay? All right, let's see what let's see what these cards are about, okay? Yes, look at that. You're merging into the new, right? You're merging into this new energy. And it feels like you've been sitting in the old energy for quite some time, right? I was feeling that with this card here. And I love that the emerging card is here because it's saying, okay, well, you're coming out of the cave, out of the dark in some way. You're coming out of a period where maybe nothing was, seemingly working. And daffodil flowers in the card of the emerging card do symbolize rebirth, okay? And new beginnings. Because why? Because they are the first flowers that bloom in spring. Those are the first ones we see a lot of times. I mean, depending on where you are in the world, right? They have the ability to push their way out of, the cold earth, where everything is still kind of asleep. So again, like I said with the clock, it's signifying when it hits the midnight, it's the end of one day and the beginning of a new one. Well, the end of one chapter is what you're merging out of, and you're merging into a new one. Okay. I love that. Okay. So remember when I said, when you get this insight, this knowing, this information, it's going to require your divine inspired action in the direction of that to get the ball rolling. It is going to require your focus. Absolutely. And I also said that when you receive this, it's going to be so clear to you. It's going to be so clear to you what it is that you need to do. You will have very sharp focus. Okay, is what the feeling is. And I don't feel any hesitation coming from these cards. Why? Because again, you're ready to emerge out of the old chapter and quantum leap yourself into a new one. And once you have the information that you need, it will redirect your focus. And it'll inspire you to take the leap, to do the thing, to take a chance, let's say, where Cinderella did. You know, she could have said no. She could have said, ooh, I don't know, fairy godmother. I don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe I should just stay home tonight. You see what I'm saying? She could have did that shit. She could have stayed home. But she was focused. She was like, okay, let's go. Let's do this. She was like, I'm going to the ball tonight. And I say that because she was super focused on going to the ball. Even before fairy godmother showed up. She had made a dress from scraps or whatever she could find, right? With the help of her little fairy people, her little, you know, creatures, her little mouse family, right? She went out of her way to make her own dress in preparation of going to the ball. So look, she had set the intention of going before fairy godmother even showed up. And then her evil sisters ruined her plans. But divine intervention, right, happened at the 11th hour to save the day. And fairy godmother showed up to bring her a new dress, to create her a new one. Do you see? But the thing is that Cinderella was already focused on getting to the ball, was already focused and had the intention of going to the ball and getting there. And then the universe stepped in, right? To make it happen, to help it happen. This right here is representing the focus and the intention that you've had already for some time on something. And this divine timing card is giving you the vibe of divine intervention coming in to save the day at the 11th hour. Why? Because you've already set the intention for this. And that's literally all it took. And now the universe is stepping in to divinely intervene so it makes it happen, so it does happen. So you get to the ball. So you can fulfill your wish. So you can tangibly manifest your manifestation. So do you see how even though there was setbacks in Cinderella's situation with the first dress, do you see how the universe stepped in to help it happen anyway? So no matter what your setbacks are, or what you've been experiencing in your setbacks, it feels like divine intervention at work to help it to happen anyway. Because you can't stop what is meant for you. Nothing can get in the way of what is meant for you. Cinderella was freaking meant to go to that ball that night. And where there's a will, there's a way. And she did. That was her destiny to get to the ball that night. There was nothing getting in the way of that. Just like there cannot be any separation between you and what you create because it is part of your destiny. So you cannot be separated from it because it is you and you are it. Right? So Cinderella already set the intention to go. She made the dress. The first dress didn't work out because somebody ruined her plans. But there was a better plan in place for her. One that she didn't see until the 11th hour. One that she didn't see coming until the 11th hour. She had one last chance to get to the freaking ball. Right? And the universe delivered. Because you can't miss what's meant for you. Please know that. She ended up getting to the ball and fulfilling what was meant for her. She came back from the ball thinking, oh, back to life as usual, right? Back to my shit situation as usual. You might get in your feelings a little bit, right? the thing is, acting upon the inspiration set the ball in motion. Even if for the first few days you didn't see what it was leading you to, it was still leading you to what was meant for you. So she went back to her shit life, business as usual. But the ball was already in motion. And she couldn't avoid her destiny, even if she tried. Even if she wanted to. And then he came knocking on the door, to her surprise. And even when her evil family tried to get in the way of what was happening, they did not succeed. So your haters, okay, if you have any, they can't even get in the way of what's meant for you, because it feels like what is meant for you is so divinely orchestrated and protected. Nobody can get in the way of it. Nothing can usurp it from you. Nothing or no one can block it from happening. What is meant to be yours is yours. And it's written. It feels like it's already written, okay? For it to be so. And the funny thing is, you're probably in a position now where, you feel like it's not happening for you. Or let's say you take the leap and you still feel like it's not happening for you. Again, like Cinderella going back to her shit life after she had a fabulous night at the ball. And then having to go back to reality. Ah, fuck, Like, this sucks, right? You might feel like that now, or a couple days after you take the inspired action, after receiving the information and clarity you need. But trust that that action was all that spirit needed from you to get that ball rolling, to make it happen. Let's see. I have the Everyday Witch Tarot. Again, you have a new beginning trying to emerge. You're merging into it. It feels like it might happen overnight, as if by magic, kind of like it did for Cinderella. Be patient. The evidence might not show itself for a few days, but just know you already did what you needed to do on your end to make it happen. And it's just a matter of time before it comes together. Look at that. Oh, the Two of Cups and the Fool, or the Fool and the Two of Cups, right? Here's the leap of faith that I was talking about. And here's the alignment of what is meant for you, whether that's a person, place, or a thing. Okay? Look at that. You took the leap. That's all it took from you, was taking the leap. So that way the universe can align it with you or for you. Whatever it is, whatever your manifestation is, whatever, your focus has been on. Okay? Let's see what we got here. Oh, yes. Another number 2. Oh, shit. Yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Okay. 2 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. Hell yeah. Look at this. You took the leap. The universe is then aligning you. Like, this is literally you and Prince Charming here, okay? Or you and that thing on your heart that you've been focused on. Whatever the desired outcome is, this is you coming into alignment, partnership, and union with it. Alchemically, also, you're in alignment. And this is you balancing your energies, okay? Trying to have or find the happy medium amidst the fluctuations of your present experience, right? With the 2. This is about fluctuating, trying to find the balance. The thing is that you took the leap, which then helped you to align. And in the midst of being in the liminal space right here, because she's in a liminal space, okay? between old and new, after having taken the leap, this is you needing to align your energies, keep them balanced. And the feeling is here, be in a neutral space to maybe regulate your nervous system, right? As you're kind of in between old and new, which is very uncomfortable. But this is you finding the balance in that uncomfortable liminal space before, bam, okay? You tangibly attract, manifest, and accomplish and achieve what it is you set out to do, focused your intention on, or whatever it is you desired. 9 of Pentacles is the sweet reward of your labor. It's your hard work paying off, being able to bask in the fruits of your labor, okay? To reap the rewards of your hard work, of your persistence, because you don't get to be the 9 of Pentacles unless you did the work, right? Did what you had to do on your end previously to set the foundation for it, right? Bear with me here while I try to get another candle. So that 9 of Pentacles is telling me that, you know, you're about to achieve something in a tangible way. And the physical earthly, because it's earth energy, the physical earthly evidence of it is going to show itself. 9 of Pentacles in the card, that depiction where she's just chilling, she's resting, she's relaxing. That's also giving me guidance to tell you to rest and relax. To allow yourself to receive and to balance and regulate your nervous system in the midst of maybe the uncertainty, the fluctuations emotionally and in your experience, your physical everyday life and experience that you might be feeling. Align your mind and your heart over here with the 2 of Cups in the midst of getting from here to here. Okay? Because here's the leap that puts you into, right, alignment to receive over here. But in the midst of getting from here to here, right, you take the leap and there's a little bit of uncertainty that falls into that before you can tangibly experience it or the result of it. You know, you have to work on aligning yourself, your energies, balancing them, keeping yourself in that mind and heart alignment until you go from here to here. Okay. Yeah. I love this for you. Okay. This is really nice. This is beautiful. This is it feels good. It feels sweet. 9 of Pentacles is basking in her blessings, basking in the result. You took a leap, right? I said you took a quantum leap over here, or I said it with over here with this card. I was like, you're quantum leaping into something. You're going from an old chapter into a new. And the Fool is brand new energy, okay? It is. You literally quantum leaped here and here. And then here's the result of the leap over here. I feel like you're coming into alignment with a divine counterpart. For some of you, a goal achieved, especially with all these pentacles, a manifestation that is closely related to, you know, something you've been aligning your mind and heart to receive with the 2 of Cups. I feel like you're aligning with a wish fulfillment in some way. The success that you've been seeking, the tangible manifestation of something. But just know that this 11th hour understanding, clarity, download, information, solution that you receive is going to require your inspired action and focus to take the leap, to act on the inspiration, which then puts you into alignment to gets the ball rolling for you to live it here, to fulfill it here. With this 9 of Pentacles, okay? Give it a few days. Align your energies. Make sure you stay alchemically in tune and then watch how it all unfolds. Okay? Because the leap is what makes it happen. The leap is what gets the ball rolling. The leap is what takes you out of the old cycle and puts you into the new energy that maybe you've been waiting for. Because, again, the daffodils are death and rebirth, right? Endings bring new beginnings. You also have a 9 here, which is, you know, 9s and 10s are like the completion of a cycle. You have a beginning here. 0 point. Ah, look at that. The 0 points, okay? With this Fool energy. And then boom. That leap closes out an old book, an old story, an old chapter, and catapults you here to this energy of the 9 of Pentacles where you're living it. You're living it up. You have luxury, you have upgrades, you have abundance, you have prosperity, you have the result of hard work. You have a manifestation fully realized in a tangible way that you can live it and experience it in your everyday life, you know, and waking world. This is a culmination point with this 9 of Pentacles. And then the beautiful energy of alignment with the number 2s, right? I would look up the angel number 229. I'm going to roll dice as well, but I want to look underneath the deck to see what the hidden energy is. Okay, or hidden influence, something you maybe don't see under the surface. Yeah. Oh, wait, she's a number 2. So you literally have 222 in this reading. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. 2 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and the 2 of the High Priestess. So yeah, underneath the surface, this is about trusting your intuition, maybe to take the leap, right? Again, like I said, when it comes through, when this information download clarity moment comes through at the 11th hour, you're going to have to take a chance on yourself, the Fool. And the High Priestess is like underneath the surface. She intuitively senses this is the right thing to do. She's trusting her inner world to help her navigate the outer. Underneath the surface, this is you, highly in tune, in touch, fully in alignment alchemically to trust what is being given to you, shown to you, so you can take the leap. There is no logical explanation, okay, for what this is going to kickstart for you. Like I said, it's super magical. So magical that, you know, it almost doesn't seem real. But it's so magical, you also can't deny what's happening. This is spiritually guided and led from a higher source. I said the co-creative process, the symbiosis of you and your higher self in co-creative mode, right? In co-creative flow. The High Priestess is that. She's in touch with her higher self. She lets the language of the universe speak to her so she can navigate the earthly world she lives in. Okay? And you have the 2 pillars here. Again, showing the alignment of you and you trusting that nudge when you receive it. Acting upon the nudge when you receive it. And getting that freaking ball rolling in the direction of what is meant for you. This is Cinderella taking the leap to go to the ball that night. She could have given up on herself And when fairy godmother came around, she could have been like, she could have been basically in her feelings, and she could have said, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't know if I should. Maybe I shouldn't go, right? Or I shouldn't do it. Look at what already happened to me, right? No, she was like, okay, let's do it. Let's go. You're giving me a second chance. Let's freaking leap. Let's do the thing, right? I don't care if I get in trouble, basically. She took a chance. She trusted herself. She trusted her higher, her higher self with the high priestess to take the freaking leap. Then she comes into alignment with the prince, right? At the ball. And over here with the Two of Pentacles, right? She's in that in-between space after she gets back from the ball, thinking, oh shit, I'm back in my, everyday reality. Party's over here. I got to manage my shit. I got to basically, I'm in that in-between space between what I experienced between the leap I experienced, the fun I had at the party with that beautiful man, and now, back to reality. I gotta kind of deal with the fluctuations of my everyday life, trusting that what I did or the leap that I took is gonna result. And then over here, Nine of Pentacles, right? Like I said, give it a few days. Nine of Pentacles is living it up, living the dream that you took the leap on over here with the Fool, that you came into alignment with over here, or you set the ball into motion with, so you could come into alignment with it, managing, neutralizing your energy and your nervous system while in the liminal in-between space, right? That's Cinderella, those few couple of days where she didn't know what was going to happen as a result of having gone to that ball. All she knew was in that moment she was in deep shit, and she's like, oh shit, like what do I do now? I guess I gotta go back to my life. And she was also, feeling the resistance of having to go back to her real life, for a while, for a couple of days, until the prince showed up. This is you after having taken the leap, right? Having to manage that in-between space before you see the result. And there's sometimes a lot of fluctuation in that liminal unknown space after having taken a risk or a leap. Because you question yourself, did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? Oh my gosh, that's that kind of seesaw effect where you're kind of doubting yourself in that unknown space and having to, again, just maintain that sense of alignment, that it's all going to work out. I did the right thing. You know what I mean? I trusted myself. That's important. I listened to my heart over here. The leap that I took placed me in this feeling of mind and heart alignment. It felt right. So I have to trust that with my high priestess. And I got to manage the kind of like the up and down effect that I might feel within myself as I navigate the unknown space of not knowing what the outcome is going to be or the end result will be. And really that angst or seesaw effect you might feel in your own vibration or frequency is literally your body and your higher self and everything about you, mind, body, heart, and spirit, recalibrating itself, okay, to the new timeline that you have quantum leaped into. Go take a walk, okay? Go take a walk. Walk that shit off. Because that's what that is. Go take a walk. The right, that you feel, the angsty feelings, the doubt, the questioning if you did the right thing, that's literally your nervous system reacting. And not only that, it's also the old programming, the old paradigm trying to run when you've already, with the leap that you took, rewrote the program entirely to something new, to something altogether new. But the old programming will try to resurface and try to take over again after you've already rewired, uninstalled the old program through the leap that you took. I'm equating it to a computer because that's exactly what it is. The leap you take rewires your brain, rewires yourself. Then it rewires and actually uninstalls the old reality and installs a new one. And the angst that you feel within your body is the old programming trying to resurface. It's the old reality trying to resurface when you've already installed a new one. It's like the old hardware trying to come back up when you've already uninstalled it and reinstalled a new one. And at that, when you start feeling that in your body, you have to regulate your nervous system from reacting to it, or else you'll freaking spiral. So what do? Go take a walk. Go listen to some classical music, some solfeggio frequencies. Go take yourself on a date. Okay? Do something fun. So you don't give it your energy. Don't give your energy to the old hardware programming trying to resurface after you took the leap and reinstalled your new reality. Right? You took the leap and installed your new reality. So don't let it take over. One way to do that, like I said, is go take a walk. Go do something fun. Do something out of the ordinary to redirect your energy and your focus. Because this is not the freaking time to fall back into old patterns. It's not. Not when you have your destiny on the way coming at you fast. Okay. I hope this makes sense, but let's see. Final oracle card. Oh, you know what? And I didn't grab little cards. But I can do that too. So let's see. Final oracle message for this full moon in Libra reading. April 12th, 2025. Okay. And then I have, what are these making? Yeah, making magic. I feel like you're going to receive an idea, an aha moment, a breakthrough, an insight, a clarity, something like that. That's going to require you take a leap of faith and get the ball rolling in some area of your life. But as a result of doing so, it places you exactly where you're meant to be, and it sets the ball rolling to quantum leap you into everything that's meant for you, into the new life that you're meant to live with this Nine of Pentacles. Okay. All right, let's start off with the little cards first. Love charm. Look at that. Attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Hold up. Two of Cups. Okay. So it definitely could be love, romantic love, partnership for some of you, or it could be something that you love that you're coming into alignment with, okay? I guess you're attracting things to you now. It feels like this leap is what's helping this come to you, right? And you move in the direction of it. Like I said, what you're seeking is seeking you too. Just like the prince was seeking Cinderella. Okay. Her leap of faith in herself to go to the ball to take the chance at the 11th hour where the universe stepped in to save the day and offer her another opportunity was exactly what was needed to align herself with the very thing she desired. So your energy is magnetized. Taking the leap helps to align you and become a magnet for the very thing that you seek. And you're attracting it with this card, because you're aligning your mind and your heart. Two of Cups is also an alchemical card. So is the High Priestess, where you align mind and heart to connect, to come into union with or partnership with something or someone. That leap aligns your energy to be a magnet, to attract the result that you want. And again, there's a little bit of in-between time from the time you take the leap before you get here, where you're going to have to really, right, neutralize your energy in the liminal space of the unknown. Like I said, go take a walk. Okay. Alrighty, so there you go. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. So again, you're aligning with the right people, places, things, and scenarios and situations. These are not coincidences. They're not. I kind of want another one. Let's grab one more. So you have two, yeah, 1, 2, 3 cards of love. Let's see. Look up 222. Also look up 229. I'm also going to roll the dice, but let's see. Wow. So prosperity. Look at that. A prosperous business. Yeah, prosperous business with riches and success. Hold on here. 9 of Pentacles, right? So yeah, you're coming into some form of abundance and love. Hey, you know what? It might be love and money are on the table here. You can have it all. Who says you can't have it all? Okay. Look at Cinderella. She got the bag, right? She bagged the prince. But at the same time, it was a love match. So you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not limit ourselves here. We can have it all. You can have it all. I feel like your leap of faith is helping land you in a position where you can have it all, where you can have love and money, love and success. Okay? Happy business partners right here. And then you living it up here, right? You can have the love, you can have the money, you can have it all. Okay, let's see. That's fascinating because I did a members reading and this card came up. And that was this week. So this card has come up twice. Focus on how far you have come, not on how far you have to go. You will find help in unexpected places. Okay, just like Cinderella had the fairy godmother show up for her in an unexpected way. That was help at the 11th hour. That was her help in an unexpected way. That was her help at the last freaking minute. You're on a journey right now. You're closing out one chapter and opening up a new one. You're quantum leaping out of one timeline and hopping into a new one. The 2s on the table are telling us that, actually. There's a timeline split. I often see the 2 of Wands as a timeline split, but the fact that we have all these 2s is still giving the same vibe. There is forward momentum, movement, and a forward trajectory with the journey card. The journey talks about travel. So I don't know if you're traveling somewhere, and if it ain't that you're literally traveling somewhere, you are traveling via a timeline jump or a quantum leap into the next chapter of your journey. Why? Because you held the focus, you held the intention, and now the universe has to freaking deliver it. Things didn't work out before. Maybe they didn't go as planned, kind of like Cinderella's first dress. It didn't go the way she had hoped in that scenario. But divine intervention kicked in to deliver her unexpected help, right? In unexpected places and ways, to deliver her that 11th hour scenario, which she catapulted herself with because she took the leap of faith on herself, trusted herself to do the damn thing. She could have stayed behind at home that night out of fear, but she didn't. You see that? She didn't. And it's as a result of trusting herself to go to the ball that night that put everything into motion for her to fulfill what was always meant for her. It was written for her. That was meant for her to experience. And nothing and no one can get in the way of that. Even her own stepsisters, her stepmother could get in the way of her destiny. And you know what this also feels like? Because you have the prosperity card on the table. You have all these love cards. You have this 9 of Pentacles. You know what else this feels like? This is a Cinderella story, literally, okay? Rags to riches feeling. Also this feeling of where, you know, your whole life story has been maybe one of trials and tribulations. And this is like an overnight success type of thing that happens for you, where your life turns around from one minute to the next, just like hers did. This is the stuff that dreams are made out of, right? This is the stuff that fairy tales are made out of or told about. You could literally become an overnight success. You could literally have your dreams come true overnight, just like she did. From one minute to the next, you could meet the love of your life, right? This is what this reading is about. Life changing for you overnight as if by magic in a very unexpected way. And you've been on a journey to getting there all this time. And it feels also like whatever hardships you experienced in your past, whether it be in love or money or with your success, there's some kind of divine intervention and compensation, I feel, to restore you, to reciprocate all you've lost. It's kind of like giving you back everything that was taken from you or that you lost or you struggled with. It's like giving it back to you tenfold. Replacing those things in your life with better. With replacing those things that were lost or what you feel that maybe you failed in. It's like replacing those situations with so much better. So it also feels like to say to you, no struggle that you've ever had was ever in vain, because the universe is about to reciprocate in a way that all the pain, the struggle, the strife, the loss, the lack would have all been worth it. Okay, the journey would have all been worth it. Every tear, every struggle, every challenge, everything you faced, when you get to this point, you look back on it, hindsight, right? There's some magic in that, like I said earlier. you'll look back on it like, oh my God, this journey was so worth it. And you'll be so grateful that it went the way that it did, that it happened the way that it did. You wouldn't change a fucking thing about how you got to that place, to that point, to everything you've ever wanted, to where you can have it all. Do you see? You can have it all. You wouldn't change a damn thing. When you get to this point of that Nine of Pentacles and you're sitting back, relaxing and looking at everything you've accomplished, you're going to look back on it like, you know what? As painful as it was, I wouldn't change a freaking thing. Because look where I am now. It's like in The Alchemist, everything he went through, oh my gosh, everything he went through, every trial, tribulation, and even beating that boy took in the book, all of it was literally guiding him to his treasure. And it's when he found his treasure that he saw the hindsight, right? Like, that's why I always say hindsight is a gift. When he found his treasure, he laughed maniacally, hysterically. Because everything happened to get him where he was in that moment, where he was holding his treasure. It ultimately landed him at his treasure. Everything. Even the beating he took. Almost left for dead. And if it wasn't for that beating he took, unfortunately, right? If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't have found the treasure he was seeking. So, again, there's such a beautifully divinely orchestrated thing happening for you here. So buckle up is also what I'm being led to tell you. Buckle up. Because you don't see this coming. Just like he didn't see it coming either. He didn't see how everything was leading him to his treasure until he actually found his treasure. You see? Okay, so again, don't forget to look up 229 and 222 for this reading, but here's your angel numbers. And if you're not familiar with my readings, I roll the dice for angel numbers. The angel numbers that show up can confirm a lot of what is said in the reading and or provide you with a message that maybe you need personally in the moment. Most of the times it does confirm what is already said in the reading, which is great because that shows you the magic in real time and shows you that I'm in alignment. What I always say, though, is to research the numbers for yourself. Find a source that you trust to give you the number interpretation. If it speaks to your heart, go with that one. Take the journey because you never know what other synchronicity confirmation you might find along the way. And please, if you can, refrain from putting number interpretations in the comment section for the same reason. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to find the magic of the numbers for themselves. So let's see what your angel number is for this full moon in Libra reading April 12, 2025. 9. Wait, no, that's a 6. I'm sorry, because it's at the bottom. That's a 6. 3. And 2. So go ahead and look up 632. See what that number brings to you. If this reading has helped you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to support this channel as well. Consider joining my channel membership for exclusive readings and content I put out for members only. And you can also support me further by purchasing a personal reading if you feel called to. You can do that by going down in the description box down below, visiting my Etsy store. I also have cool things there that I make by hand, including handmade crystal jewelry and other things as well. So pay me a visit, have some fun exploring my shop. You never know what you might find. Much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care of yourself. I love you, and always keep shining.